Hey guys, Cosmo here. Got some new toys in the mail just now. The Aputure Amaran light. This is the AL-528W, which is the single color LED version. They have one that has two different color temperatures of LEDs and you can adjust the balance in between the two, but I wanted one to be bright as possible, and I'm not as worried about the color temperature as I am about how bright it is. This one also has a 75-degree beam angle, which is a lot wider than the other versions of this light, so it should be good for lighting up entire areas. I plan to make some car videos in the near future, and this might come in very handy for that as well. So, still in the box. I got this on eBay from a US seller actually, so it didn't take too long to get here, and it came with two of the Sony compatible batteries, $179. So I just pulled out of the box, and it's actually just a bag. Just kind of nice actually. Inside there it has, the front pouch is full of the power supply and other things that go with it, extra LEDs. Here is the panel itself, wrapped in plastic. It's very simple. It's got a soft frosted glass plastic on the front. The back of it's pretty simple. It's got a power switch, brightness knob, and two spots to attach the batteries, and the socket to plug in the electrical. So on the bottom it's got the screw mount for a light stand, which is sold separately, but you can get one for about $20, so that's not too bad. I never really gave much thought to lighting, but recently I've been filming a lot more stuff inside my movie theater, and this room is really dark. As you can see, the wall behind me is kind of an eggshell dark gray-ish blue, and it's supposed to be a cave in here because I have a giant projector, screen, so I need it to be dark when I want it to be dark, but when I'm trying to film in here, you don't want it to be dark, and hopefully this thing will help. It's daytime now. I have the window open, which is why it looks decent in here. Plus, I have a couple other lights already, and I'll show you those actually. So right now I've been using two of these umbrella lights with regular 800 lumen LED bulbs in them, which are okay, but they're not really bright. And these things were super cheap, but they've been doing an okay job, and I'll still be using them. I heard about these lights from Barnacules' video actually. Hadn't heard of them before. Got me thinking about my lighting setup, and I decided to, try to do something to upgrade it. I went on eBay and actually ran into these lights, even though I wasn't necessarily trying to buy these particular ones. And I didn't really want to spend $180 on a light, but then I decided that I would rather just buy something that should do the job correctly the first time rather than try to go cheap, which is how I ended up with these little umbrellas. So let's get this thing fired up and see what it does. So I've got my light stand here. This thing should just screw right on there. Bam. That's turned all the way down, minimum brightness. Let's flip it on and see how blind you get. Wow! Holy Moses. That thing's so bright I can see the dust on the lens. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now let me go put this behind. Let me go put this behind the camera and see how good that does. I am using those two umbrella lights right now and the window off to my side, so it's still kind of dark in here, but I'm lit up, I think, well, but, let's compare. All right. I put the light a couple feet behind the camera, right there, and that's turned all the way down, which is 10% brightness, and that looks really bright to me. I mean, it's casting a nice shadow behind me here. That's with the white filter on it, so I could tell it's definitely a lot cooler color temperature than these umbrella lights that I've been using. Normally I like a kind of a warmer color bulb, especially in an LED in my house, just because it doesn't feel so blue and harsh. Let's see what it looks like with the other filter on there, which is totally looks orange. There it is with the orange filter on there. which probably brings the color temperature about the same as these other lights that I've been using. They look pretty close to the same color. I actually like that a lot better. Let me turn the brightness up just a little bit. Unfortunately, I didn't get the remote control set up and all that fancy business, so I got to turn the knob myself. Okay, so there's what it looks like at 50%. I feel like I'm staring into a square sun and it's only halfway up. So this thing should do a pretty good job of lighting up areas. It might be a little bit too much just for me. Maybe I should have got one of the cheap smaller panels that attaches to the camera. Maybe I'll add one of those next. I don't know. Okay, so I moved the light panel back a few more feet. It's got the orange filter on there, and if the brightness is turned down, I think this looks pretty good. Judging by the little tiny screen that's attached to the side of my camera that you always see my eyes looking at when I should be looking at you. Yeah, I know I'm doing it. I know, I'm trying. Anyway, hope this has been informative. If so, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, tell your friends, watch this with your cat, whatever it takes. And I will see you next time. See ya.